Hi, my name is Malin. I'm a third-year PhD student at the University of Surrey. In my research, I study the self-assembly of colloidal structures in water for decorative purposes. Or, in other words, I watch paint dry. Now, you might be laughing about this, and I do hope you're at least laughing a little bit about this since I'm recording this at home and the only reactions I'm getting is myself staring back at me from my screen. But in all seriousness, my research revolves around paint. Now, you might be asking yourself, why should I be studying paint? Or why, for that matter, should anyone be studying paint? Well, if you type in watching paint dry to YouTube, you will find there are surprisingly many videos which have surprisingly many views. In particular, there's one 10-hour video that is just paint drying that has 500,000 views. So apparently there must be people that think watching paint dry is extraordinarily fun. But let me try and give you some other reasons why I watch paint dry. Well, first of all, I get paid to do it. That's always a good reason. Second of all, if you ever painted something in your own home, you know that painting something isn't that demanding a task, and even less is watching it dry. So what do I do in my labs after I've prepared my samples and now watch them dry? I could be writing reports, but even for a German, this would be way too efficient. So what else can I do? I can watch Netflix. And I'm still doing work after all, so win-win. So occasionally you could say the university pays me to watch Netflix. And last but not least, watching paint dry always makes for a fun party conversation. Now, since we're all still in lockdown, and I can't talk to any of you personally, I'll have two stand-ins here, so please welcome Lily and Brian. This is Lily. I'm Brian. So Lily, Brian and I have just met, and we're having the typical party small talk about the weather, people we know here. But eventually we will talk about employment, and the two will ask me, what is it that I work? And I will tell them that I'm a PhD student at the university. And then they are curious and will ask me what my subject is. And at this point, I'm thinking about lying to them or just swiftly changing the topic. But we're going to stick with the truth today, so I tell them I study physics. And now Lily and Brian have two very different personalities. Lily was the type of person who never liked sciences in school, and when I tell her that I study physics, this is her reaction. Oh, I'm so sorry. I never liked science, but you must be really clever. And now I'm at a loss. If anyone has any good replies for that, please message me, because currently it goes either of two ways. This is the first one. And this is the second one. Oh, thank you, Lily. I know. And now Lily thinks this is the perfect time to get another drink. But then there's also Brian. Brian loves science, and now when I tell him that I study physics, his eyes light up and he thinks about the stars and the galaxies and explosions and maybe Star Wars and all the cool stuff. So, even more curious now, he will ask me what it is that I'm studying exactly. And now for the second time I'm thinking maybe I should make something up. But then what if he have follow-up questions? I can't really answer them. So I say, well, I watch colloidal self-assemblies. And Brian now looks really confused. I say, Brian, I study paint. And you can see his reaction immediately, as he's very disappointed and did not expect this. But eventually he will recover and replies, so you watch paint dry? I never thought people actually did that. Ha ha! Well, seriously, Brian?